We aren't yet taking proper action to deal with the data in this form, so it's time to do that, starting with form validation, the term for code that inspects what data are in the form, validates that it's what we're expecting, and cleaning it up if needed. Here, we're going to start by making sure that the user has selected a state before they try to get their estimate. Switching back over to my code, I'm going to be taking this action inside my estimate total function. So I'm going to get rid of this console.log. We're going to replace it with something meaningful. I'm going to start by saving a reference to that state field that I'm going to be taking some actions on. So I'll say var state is document.getElementById, and we need the ID. Let's go back over to the browser and inspect this item. I will double-click to select its ID and then copy it. Close these tools again. I'll paste it in here. Okay, we've saved this. Now we can do something with it. The first thing I'm going to do is check its value. So we'll say if the state.value, this is how we get the value out of a select box, the easy way. And I'm going to check if it's empty, an empty string. We're using the triple equal sign here for the equality check. This is a little bit of a stylistic preference. The double equal equality operator is a little more permissive about what it considers equal. So I like to use the strict equality operator instead to make my intentions that much clearer. In any case, if the value is blank, and recall that when we have selected nothing, it doesn't come up as select, it comes up as an empty string because that's what we've set as the value on that option. When it's blank, we're going to show an alert. And that alert will say, please choose your shipping state. We could express this as window.alert as well. Because window is the global object from which everything in the JavaScript DOM API derives, that part's kind of assumed and we can leave it off for now. So we'll show an alert and then return from this estimate total function, indicating that we just want to stop here. Okay, I will save that. Prettier takes a pass at reformatting it. We'll go back and refresh. We'll estimate the total, and there we go. Please choose your shipping state. And if I select something, anything at all, I click the button and nothing happens. Great. That is actually what we're expecting right now. One more thing I'd like to do is give the user a little bit of a hint about what they're supposed to do when this value is blank. Ideally, what I'd like to do is put keyboard focus on the state select box. And the way we do that is to, instead of listening for an event, we want to trigger the event. And to trigger the event, we'll use one of the methods that's available on this element. On the state element, we have a focus method. When we call this, it triggers the focus event so that keyboard focus will appear on that item. I'll save again. We'll come back here and refresh. The previous value stays selected, and of course, if I click estimate total, nothing happens. But if we make this blank, I'll click elsewhere to make sure there's no keyboard focus on there right now. You know, nothing up my sleeve and all that. Click estimate total. Now I get my alert, and keyboard focus is placed on that item for me. Great. You'll be doing a lot of this, confirming that the user has entered something, anything at all. When you start getting into validating for specific types of data and whether it conforms to your expectations, you might want to explore something called regular expressions, which are a powerful way to express pattern matches, like, is this data alphanumeric? Does it start with a word it's supposed to start with? That sort of thing. It's out of scope for us right now, but I want you to be aware of regular expressions as a topic for future exploration with regard to form validation. So again, checking values on the form and informing the user of those errors and other issues is called form validation. We're not going to go too much more deeply into this in this course, but if you want to know more, check out the course Validating and Processing Forms with JavaScript and PHP.